Hello everybody. So I thought I would come back and share how to do the edging of the motif that is part of the Irish lace Afghan. So let me show it to you the right way instead of the wrong way. So this is the right way. So this is the motif, the green area here is the motif. And this is the edging. I'm using a cream color with Karen 1 pound just so that you can see the stitches, but you would continue on in your whatever color you're doing. So as I said, I'm working up my fourth one and I'm using off-white, and I have made them in the color cream and green and antique white, and so this is my fourth one. So in all of the patterns for the Irish lace, what I have found is that either the words don't make sense or the actual charts are a reduced sample and just for part of the pattern. So if you're just looking at the chart to bring you along, it's not really going to make sense to you. But if you count the chains, I'll do it this way. If you count your little chains, and then you count your double crochets, like your chains will be these little, there's a stitch. I'm going the wrong way. My hand's going the wrong way, right? Of course it is. All right, so there's a stitch key pattern over here. And they're not really using the double parentheses or the half parenthesis. The half parenthesis is crochet 2 together, and this one here is crochet 3 together. This one here is a double crochet, and this one is a half double crochet, and this one here is a single crochet, and these little tiny things here are well, that's a join. That's a slip stitch. It just looks like a little asterisk, and then up here you'll see there's a little, I don't know if you can make it out, it's very tiny. It's like a chain. Okay, so if we look here, just here, it's easier to follow the chart than the words for the edging. And so that's why I'm very glad they put that in there. So people have made videos of it. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the edging really quick. And you'll just do that on both sides. And the most important thing to remember is have your work facing you when you're doing that. So I'm going to switch my camera onto my head. It's going to look really freaky, but that's what I'm going to do. Like so. And let's see if I can show you what to do and get my sample done. I swear I'm burning a hole in my head here. Alright, let me get that out of the way. Okay, so I've got my yarn. Just trying to put this behind my shoulder. Okay, let me get that yarn out of the way. And this goes over here. Okay, so I was going to look on my phone for the pattern, but then my phone conked out at me. So the most important thing is that I get in the camera, right? Okay. So the right side is here. Wait a minute. I can do this. Yes, I can. All right. Did my head shrink? Why is it not working today? That's a possibility. That could have happened. No, that's not what I want. You don't want to see my body. My body. No. Now I have this in my... Oh, stop. Gee. Really? Really? It's going to be that way all day. Okay. All right. Yep. This is all the behind the scenes stuff that nobody really tells you. You don't see. Okay, I am done with this hat business. Let me try again. You're so not open. Okay. Ay. Goodness gracious. Maybe it's too tight. Maybe this head idea on my hat is not. Ah, my hair. Alright. There must be an easier way. No, I don't have a tripod. Not yet. Wait a minute. I'm going to straighten my cord. Now, if I go up. Okay, oh, wait. Let's see. Oh, that helps. That helps. I'll just put my arm around it. Where did my yarn go? Yarn. Oh, I'm sitting on it. Okay. Deep breath. I can do this. Alrighty then. And you can too. This is my relaxing seat. This is why I don't do tutorials, but I really wanted to do tutorials. I wanted to do knitting and crochet tutorials. I would stay home all day and do knitting and crochet tutorials. If I could make money doing it, I would. And there are a lot of people out there making money, but see, I don't. I want this to be something I enjoy doing, something I don't become crazy over. All right. Because I'm already crazy. I don't want to be more crazy. All right. So you got to have your right side facing you. And everybody slip stitch joins their own way. But we're going to go into the 3 chain of the corner, which has our 2 clusters of our 3 double crochet together. And I'm just going to wrap my yarn like this. I've tried different ways. I'm finding this way works better for me anyways. You do whatever you like to do. And you could go into the chain space if you wanted to, or into the chain, or into the chain space. Totally up to you. Bring your yarn in there. And that didn't work. And I just bring it through, and if I have like 1 or 2 extra strands of yarn there, it doesn't matter, it just tightens up even better. Okay, so slip stitch join whichever way you like, just make sure you have the right side facing you, and chain 3. And then in that same space you're going to make 2 double crochets. And you can fasten that in later. Okay, we're joined. Right, and then you've got a 5 space here and a 5 space here. You're going to come right into it and do 5 double crochets in each 5 chain space for row 1. There's 5 rows to the edge. You'll do the edge on both sides. And then you'll just join them by sewing them together, sewing your panels. So this would be a completed panel with your motif in the middle and your edges here. And for the large Afghan, you're going to have 7 panels of 15 squares. And for the accent, for the accent panel, you're going to have, what am I doing? For the large panel, you're going to have 7. The large Afghan, you're going to have 7 panels of 15 squares. And for the accent, narrower, smaller one, you're going to have 6 panels. And 5. Okay. And now here, you're going to do 2. You can kind of almost figure this out by looking at your chains, but I don't even want to make that mistake. And then you're at the end of your square right here, and the way to remember this one is it's where you make your join to your next one. You're just going to, in between here, you're going to remember to do 1, And then it's like you begin again, you're in between your two clusters here. So 2. And then 5. I keep wanting to do 3 double crochets together because that's what I've been doing for all the motifs. And, well, you do the math. 15 times 7. Yeah. That's how many panels, or that's how many motifs you need. So you're doing a lot of 3 double crochets together in those. So every time I go to do a double crochet now, I'm like doing them together. Okay. And we're back to our 2. And we're in between our 2 squares, so 1 and 2 on the other side of it. And back to our 5 chain. 5 double crochet in the 5 chain spaces. 2 in the 2 and 1 in between each motif square. You can kind of play with these, move them over and everything. Or move them back, forth, right? So 5 again. And like it was in the other part of the pattern with the motif, you're going to want to keep your yarn around the same length. Pull it up to around the same length. I got a little tight there, I shouldn't have, but okay. Gotta remember to pull my yarn. So just remember when you're in between your clusters of your corner, you're going to go ahead and do your 2 in between, and then your 1 in between your squares, and then your 2 on the side of that again. And you're back to your 5. And putting your edges on your motif panels really covers a multitude of little crazy smulchy fasten-offs that you've been doing. If you've been having trouble fastening off all your motifs, you have little edges that are kind of sticking out, this will get them right back hidden and neat. Right? Okay, so then you're right to the end there, and you're going to do 3 actually at your very end, because we had our chain at our beginning. Okay, so that brings us to our end, and we see you're going to do 3 on the other end, and it will tell you in row 1 to do 3 double crochet, ending with 3 double crochet in the last corner, and then just turn. So kind of somewhere between the words and the chart you can figure it out, but this is one of those that I really think after making 4 of them, it's just looking at them and then assembling them does help me to figure it out. And then row 2, we're going to chain 3. And we're going to, and this is kind of a self-explanatory one, you're just going to single crochet between the double crochet groups of the previous row. So that means that those 3 double crochets in the beginning, and this is where the chart is more helpful. For row 2, you're actually going to be chaining and then doing single crochets. So you can see those little tiny crosses are single crochets. So if you count 3 single crochet, that's just what we did. And then we're going to do chain 5 and single crochet in between. So we chain 5, and then we have this little area right here. We single crochet right here. We chain 5, and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we single crochet here. And we single crochet here, 5. I'm using my scrap yarn, so it really is a little scrappy. And we single crochet. We're single crocheting in between our little clusters here of 5, and we're chaining 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet. Single crochet. So you can see we're just making little play spaces here. Okay, and we are ending with, for row 2, we are ending with, repeat to the last 3 double crochet group, chain 3, and single crochet in the top of the last one. So 1, 2, 3, and we're just single crocheting right over here in this last little space. And we are turning. We are chaining 3 and turning. And turning. Alright. And then in round 3, we are doing 2 double crochet in the chain 3 space right here. And then we're just doing 5 double crochet all the way along. So everywhere you see a 5 double crochet, you're just a 5 chain. So in the we're doing 2 double crochet in the chain 3 arch and 5 double crochet in the 5 arch, and repeating to the last 3. That's all you're doing. It's a very simple edge. So you're just doing a lot of double crochets in different places. And then we're going into the next one. And when I said this is a yarn eater, I am serious. Because you have your 7 panels of motifs. And then you have edging on both sides, and then you have to sew it together. It's fun though. It's a fun one. I'm coming around the bend on my off-white one, so I thought let me quickly use my sample to show you how to do the edging. If you know how to do the edging on one side, then you know how to do the edging on the other. And then all you have to do is, with the right side facing you, and your right side and your right side of your panels, go into your 5th row, which is all half double crochets, and in the back loop of the half double crochets, you're just going to kind of either whip stitch or mattress stitch it together, whichever you prefer. I used to like to do the mattress stitch because it gave a nice invisible clean joint assembly. But because we're using the back stitch of the half double crochet, it really doesn't show if you do a whip stitch. So it's really totally up to you. And you can just move these over as you're going and stretch them out. So I should be like running around vacuuming, dusting, and doing all kinds of stuff today because I ate pizza last night, you guys. Oh my god, I haven't had pizza in so long. Since around December. We had pizza at our little employee Christmas party. And that was the last time I had pizza. Although I did stop over the winter and get, I am surrounded by pizza places where I live. I stopped on the way home and got pizza, what do you call it? I went to Little Caesars where I live and got the lunchbox pizza bread kind of thing, the little cheese bread thing, a couple times. But really, I don't eat pizza a lot. I really don't. I'm more of a dinner or a submarine kind of person. It just comes from years of eating pizza. I'm more of a person that takes a pizza and I totally deconstruct it. I take it apart and figure out what am I going to make with this. So I had a friend over and we had a beautiful evening because it was just gorgeous out. And I have picnic tables where I live, so we just sat out and ate pizza. And I don't know what I was thinking. I ordered a medium. We probably could have used a small because I was full after one slice and she was full. But anyways, we each had leftovers for ourselves. And so I have my 3 slices of leftover. And I'm already thinking, what can I do with it? Because I ordered what would have been like a classic or I guess supreme. Back in the day where my dad's restaurant was, we called it a classic, a pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, onion, and peppers. So I deliberately talked my friend into ordering that, and she could scrape her peppers off if she didn't want them and give them to me. Because I wanted that stuff. Because it's so much easier to just deconstruct a pizza. So your next day, when you have leftover pizza, if you don't want to eat all the bread, take all the toppings off your pizza and mush them into a bowl and crack 6 to 8 eggs over the top of that. Whisk it all together and pour that over some pasta, or cook your pasta and pour your pasta in it, mix it up, put it into a prepared pan, 400 degrees oven, and you've got a egg bake for the week. So that's what I did with mine. So I got sausage, peppers, onions, mushrooms in an egg bake. Just like that. A whole nother meal for the week. You gotta plan these things. Okay, so row 4, we're going to turn. Turn. Now we're on row 4. And we're going to chain 3. And skip the first 2 stitches, so 1, 2, we're skipping them. And then we're going to double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in the same stitch. And that's going to give us a really pretty V stitch. And then we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in the next, and chain 2, and go right into that same stitch, and make another V stitch. And 1, 2, 3, skip, get to the 4th stitch, double crochet, chain 2, go right into that same stitch. And the first one I made, I kept going into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, or I was going into the 3rd stitch instead of the 4th stitch. Chain 2, there you go. 1, 2, 3, into the 4th stitch, chain 2, double crochet into that same stitch, 1, 2, 3. I kind of always have my thumb right on it, ready to go. I don't know how everybody else does it. Share with me your tips. I do not have any tips for filming. I suck at it. 1, 2, 3. I really do. I just need to get a tripod or something. Or a camera, that would be good. Oops. I was gonna chain again. But I caught myself. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3. So it's a really easy edge. Really, honest to God, the hardest part of this pattern is reading it. It really is. So you can see how it's coming out in nice little, let me turn this over so you can see it better. Little, maybe you can't see it that way. Never mind. Let me get my cord out of the way again. I moved my arm, so now my cord is in front of my eyes. I can't see. 2, 3. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hi. Okay. I kind of got to get back in. Am I in again? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom. No, I would not want to be home all day. I lied doing this. Although, I now have a better situation in my home than I had before. 1, 2, 3. I kind of had a situation where I had neighbors that were always smoking the shit below me. Like, what they were smoking was nonstop. There was no, they don't live here anymore. There was no moderacy at all. And so there isn't a lot of insulation when you live in an apartment complex, and when people are downstairs and they smoke anything, it comes right up through the floorboards on the carpets. And it gets into your closet on your clothes. And so even if you don't smoke, or you don't, smoke cannabis or whatever the heck they were smoking, because it was very potent, whenever we would have to call anyone, we would be told that's not cannabis. They're using their cannabis to put stuff in, but that's not. It was just horrible, and I kind of always felt like I was being drugged, and my cat was being crazy, and I really just couldn't wait to get out of the house and get away from here. And I was constantly having to wash everything, so I would work on an Afghan forever, and then it would just stink. I would buy brand new yarn, and it would get ruined. And finally, a few people got in and felt sick. Other people that were in the building and started complaining about it, and they're gone. So, yeah, but I really just, I don't think people understand being moderate about anything anymore. Everybody's escalating things to, bigger, better, and all this and that. So when we get to our last 4 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to go ahead and, what are we going to do? It's the last 4 stitches. Okay, so double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, and double crochet in that same stitch. Now I don't know why we're really doing this, because it seems weird to me, but nevertheless, that's what we're doing. Then we're skipping 2. And then we're double crocheting in the last stitch right here. Okay. To me, I guess it's supposed to be like a mirror on this side, but I'm not seeing it yet. But that's what I've been doing. That's what it's been saying to do. That's what everybody else has been doing. Okay, and then we turn. So what I'm saying is, I would have loved to be home knitting, crocheting, and making things for people and all kinds of stuff. But my yarn and the things I was making was constantly being ruined, and I could barely see out of my eyes half the time. And spending half my time coughing and everything, it just wasn't worth it. And now we finally got neighbors that are being somewhat okay about it. They're taking their stuff outside. So I wouldn't mind doing something like this. Okay then, 5th row, chain 2. And now we're just going to, I believe, half double crochet in each chain to the end. Like each one. It says half double crochet in each stitch or chain to the end, which has been really weird to figure out. The way I've done it is half double crochet and a half double crochet. Where I see 2 chains, I do 2 half double crochets. Where I see 1, I see 2 there, 2 half double crochets. And I'll show you on the chart how that's kind of how it is. Because that's the only way you can get it even. Well, this will make more sense in a minute. So 1 here, half double, and then 2. And then 1 here. See the 1 chain, 1. And then 1, 2 chain, 2. And then 1. And then 2. So that's how I worked it on all the others, and it worked out fine. It's just not written that way, or it's not as explicit that way, but between the chart and the words, you can see this is probably what they mean. And it goes straight across. Two. And I'm going to show you the difference on the other side. So you can see if you were to go into each chain space, into each chain that you see, it wouldn't be right. So you got 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. These are half doubles. So a half double is you yarn over, and go through 3. So let me get that out of the way. So we got 2 here, 2 chains. So you yarn over, you go in, you pick up a loop, and go through all 3. So 2 times. And then 1 chain here, 1 chain. And then 2. And 1. And 2. And 1. No disrespect to people that smoke and need to do that for medical reasons or whatever, but my lord, you got to have the right kind of setting, or you just ruin things. It gets in carpets, it gets in everything, it gets in clothing, and it's just horrible. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so you do this all the way to the end. So I didn't want to be trying to sell stuff or do tutorials and just, not a good thing. Okay, so at the very end, I'm doing 2 because it just seems to make sense. And I'll show you what they look like, each of them. So you have, this is the right side, and with doing a 2-1 combination of half double crochets, you have a nice clean edge, and it's kind of lacy looking and pretty, this side. Not that this side isn't as pretty, but it's just as even. But here I did 3, 1, 3, 1. 3, 1, 3, 1. And that was because I was going by the length of the chain. So it really doesn't tell you. It says do 1 for either the chain or the space. So I was going by how big it seemed. So if we were to do this, it's going to seem, well, I guess it's fine. But I like the look of the 2-1 combo better. So that's the way I'm interpreting it. Again, if I look really close here, if I can show you this part. I don't know if you can see this. I hope you can. Maybe not. Do this. Okay, where's the chart? There we go. If you look at the very end here, you'll see there's 3 chain there. So they have your chain. Actually, that very end should be a chain 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can see there's 2 chain. And they're showing 1, 2, 3, 4. I counted. If I went into every single stitch, I would be at like 16 to 18 by here, by the middle. So this is the way I figured it out to do it, and it's worked beautiful in 4 Afghans. So there's the difference. Not much. I just think one side has more here. So if you really wanted to fill in the whole thing, you could. I don't think it's going to make a difference. But if you just did the 2-1 combo, it's really lacier and prettier. Okay. So yeah, I would stay home and crochet and knit all day. I would get up like every half an hour and run around and do jumping jacks. In fact, I was my thinnest when I was home crocheting and knitting all day and not working. Now I'm like walking to work. I'm sweating my guts off at work. I'm doing really labor-intensive work. I'm getting up early every morning. I'm getting to bed and I'm gaining weight. Go figure. But I really do lose track of time when I'm doing this and just keep going. And so I don't even think about food because my hands are going, When I get home from work now, I just want to eat. So anyways, last night, got home from work and decided, well, I was having a friend over, so I decided, we'll splurge together. That looks weird on that side. See, this side looks weird right here. Does that look weird right there? No, actually it doesn't. The other thing is I'm using 2 different weights of yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver Value yarn. It's their value. And this is Karen 1 pound. So it's a heavier weight. So it's going to do that. It's going to drag at it. Yeah, did it on both sides, so that's normal. Okay, so it's okay. So that's just a sample. I'm going to rip it out anyways. I wanted to show you how to do the edging. That's how you do the edging. And yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the night exercising before I go to work and exercise some more. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exercise. Because I ate, oh God. I mean, I'm telling you, get a certain age, you can't even eat one piece of pizza without feeling it. You just really feel it. It's like, pizza's not my friend anymore. Ah, how come? Gee, could it be everything I ate with the pizza? No, I'm joking. I ate so much. Yeah, because I had ice cream with it too. Oh, see, now I'm telling the truth. I had pizza. I had part of a sandwich. I had like a fourth of my sandwich. Oh yeah, because I got plants. Part of the eggplant is going in the egg bake. Another egg bake with potatoes in it. And zucchini. See, I already have zucchini and potatoes. So I got some eggs I have to use up. So I'm going to do, I was going to make banana bread, but nope, not happening. So instead I'm making an eggplant, potato, zucchini egg bake with my eggplant parmesan sandwich, my half, and the insides of it. And then with the topping of the pizza, I'm making an egg bake and pasta. I'm shortcutting. I'm doing a little semi-homemade all the way. But the ice cream, I mean, I don't know. All we could do was eat it, so I ate it. My friend, she was like, I'm more of a sherbet person. I was like, oops. Well, I guess that's all mine. So, every now and again I walk past the refrigerator, I take a little spoonful of it. Yeah, but it was good. It was good. So I have to work off some calories now. I've shown you my edging to this, and there's going to be 7 of them. So depending on how big you make it, 6 or 7. So you gotta sew it together. You're gonna sew together using the back loop of your half double. You're gonna sew 7 of these together, but they're gonna be longer. Like this is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Figure 15 of these. 15 all the way down. You're gonna be going a long way. This one is a lot of work. So you gotta be committed to it. So this is just a small sample. Okay, so now that I've confessed my food confessions and shown you how to do the edge, have a wonderful Saturday and have fun crocheting. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me. Bye. I hope you found this helpful.